Hello and welcome back to the Checkpoint Reach podcast. I'm your host Luke Kelvin. As ever, I'm joined by my fellow gamers and friends, Son and Perks. How you doing, guys?
I'm good. I haven't got a quip this week though.
I thought you would.
That is so disappointing.
With all these distractions that we've had, I just forgot any quips. So.
But you didn't have any quips prepared.
No, I didn't have any anyway.
So how do you forget something you don't prepare?
Busy, so.
Pretty sure last week you promised us a weekly
I
quip.
did, but I'll have to have another week to think of one.
You promised everyone a weekly quip, and
unfortunately,
it's
the
just
viewers
gone.
are going to have to wait.
The hundreds of viewers are going to be disappointed.
But
Well, I seen a tweet that it said, if Sud doesn't quit, we riot.
well, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring on the riots.
So yeah, you're now disappointed. However, before that, you were okay.
I was okay.
So, well, that's good then. I think that's as good as it gets for Perks.
Something pretty special would need to happen
For you to be good.
for me to turn around. Yeah, I'm doing great this week. No,
It's going to take something special, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not this week. It's been another week.
No.
I think we've all pretty much been playing the same things, doing the same things.
I played Apex and a bit of F1. Back to
F1?
Yeah. I watched the new series on
Drive to
Netflix.
Survive.
Yeah,
I've
Drive
not
to
seen it
Survive.
yet.
It's really good. And it got me, I was going to say hype. I wasn't hype, but it just made me want to play the game. So, yeah, started a new career as Renault.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I've played a bit of 2 Point Hospital.
I
was
seen
gonna
you
try it
playing that
out.
today, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, it's good. I actually really like it. It's fun. Reminds me of like the old day, like playing like Theme Park World and Theme Hospital. And it's like a nice throwback. And it's one of them games that was obviously designed for PC first, but it actually feels nice on console. It's not like one of them, like we've played games in the past, probably on the 360, where even some of the Command and Conquer games were like, yeah, they're just better on PC, aren't they? They control better.
Remember Footy Man?
Yeah, Footy Man.
Footy
was
Man on
poor.
360 wasn't
But
it?
this actually...
RTS games will always be best on PC.
Yeah. I mean, this game probably is technically best on PC, but it works really well. And it's one of them games, it's quite simple to play, but there's obviously intricacies that make it interesting, so... But it's easy to get into. There's no complex menus or... it's quite simple, so... You know what you're doing within 10 minutes, so...
That sounds
It's fun
good.
as well. I like management sims now and again. They're quite fun.
Yeah, no, I do. I
Like Sims and stuff
Sims
like
was the
that.
best
Yeah.
one, yeah, growing up.
My biggest question would be, and I haven't played the game, I'm not going to play the game, but what's the stupid thing that you can do? You can always do a stupid thing,
Well,
like you can like
yeah,
destroy a
well,
roller coaster and like kill people, or you can like, on Jurassic World Genesis, you can like open the pens and let the T-Rex just eat everyone.
I think with
There's
this
gotta
one,
be something
it's not the
stupid.
stupid things you can do, it's more the stupid things that, like the stupid diseases they have and stuff. They've made it like,
Coronavirus?
no, but like for example, it's like pandemic, but they'll have a pan on their head and stuff. So that's like the joke, like, and it's like
Maybe I laugh too much
So you
about
can't
it.
just,
It's
like-
lightheadedness. They've got a light bulb on their head, so it's quite
Yeah.
funny. And there's like when they die, they turn into ghosts and they can haunt the hospital. So it's a bit like
Oh,
Sims.
Sims.
That's good.
Yeah. And they scare the other. And they're like, oh,
But you can't just start like injecting people with all kinds of
No,
stuff.
no.
Kill
I
them
think
all.
it's a family. It's a 3+. It's a family-friendly game. It's not a.
Oh, wow.
It's not a perky
Sim.
game.
No, this is not my kind
It's not
of
the
game.
Sims, which
Come on.
was a 16 if I remember rightly, wasn't it?
Sims was a 16?
Or a 12 or a 16.
No way.
I think one of them was.
Really?
The first one was a 15. I think remember when you said the 15 rating.
Jeez, mate, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
But I think maybe you might like it though. Maybe try it out at some point.
I probably would, mate.
It's quite
Not gonna
fun.
lie. I like stuff
Even if
like
you just play it for an hour, it's something to kill a bit of time. It's fun. So.
that. It's good. How about you? Apex?
Did more Apex, up into the Diamond Leagues in Ranked,
Nice.
and it's going really slowly. Lots of regression in that, but like most games now, there's like a cap in place. Like when you reach the next tier on the ladder, you can't get demoted. So like when you're in Diamond 4, you can't drop back to Gold 1.
Oh, that's good then.
So even if I continue to
Bit of peace of mind.
do
there.
badly, I'm at least going to finish in Diamond 4, and I know
Yeah.
that probably doesn't sound great, but I'm going to see how it goes. It's just quite punishing. Like if you have like 2 or 3 good games in a row and then lose like on drop a couple of times, it's like all your progress just plummets. So it's been pretty disheartening.
No, not bad.
But they've got the limited time mode now, the Deja Loot, which I've been playing for the last day or so. It's all right. It gets a bit old pretty quickly. It's like the map is always the same. The loot's always in the same place. So you can memorize where it's best to go. You can just check out the map on Reddit.
I was going to say, you said off air there was a map on
Because
Reddit.
it's
where it
all
shows
mapped out, yeah. But they are swapping it from World's Edge back to Kings Canyon.
Are they?
So-
When's that happening?
Like in a few days.
So it'll be after this event, I assume.
No, they're doing like
they're
half
doing
and half of the event. Like the first part is on
And
the current
is it
map
permanently going back to Kings Canyon then for a bit?
just for that event.
Right, I get you, and it's going to go back to World's Edge.
Yeah.
I'd like
I'm
to see
looking
them
forward to
just
that.
have all... Has there only been 2? Has there been 3 maps?
I went away for too long. I couldn't tell you. I think
Might have been 2 or 3.
I think 2, but like...
Whether
I'm
there's
like,
been 2 or 3,
I was
I'd like
gone
to
for
just
too
see a
long.
rotation.
Yeah, why don't they do that?
I understand why they don't, because they want to focus on one map and make that. But I think now that the game's been out a while, they could probably just
I
do a
prefer
rotation. Why not?
having a bit of rotation, just
It makes it a bit more
mixes up.
fun. I'd kind of miss King's Canyon a little bit.
Well, it came back randomly,
Yeah.
like a week or a week and a half ago. I was just playing, and it was like limited time mode available. I opened it, and it was like the King is back. Play King's Canyon.
It was only for a couple of days.
Got hammered in every game. Yeah, it was like a 3-day thing or something like that. Could be slightly different, but yeah, it wasn't long at all.
No.
And did not do well at all on King's Canyon. But it was weird, like
bet.
when you go back and it's
'Cause we
like,
played a lot
where did
when
we
we
used to
were on.
drop and like, oh
Yeah, a
my
lot of
God,
World's
yeah.
Edge.
It's completely like feels so.
I'd even
so
like to see
different.
them do a new map now. Maybe even a night map, at night or something like that. Just something different. I'd like that.
Campus galore.
Yeah, it'd be fun though.
I must admit, simple little switch up like that though does make it feel a bit fresh.
I think so.
But yeah, that's what we've been playing. We'll be probably discussing some more of Apex next week. And yeah, we're going to jump into the first topic of the day. And that's 9 sequels that would make PS5 a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, and the first one that's on the IGN article is Bloodborne 2.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that's played it.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Bloodbornes.
Very well renowned game though, isn't it? It did very well.
So weird. I feel like that's a game you should have played. Like, it's a genre of game I feel like you should have played.
Yeah.
The Dark Souls genre. I know it's not Dark Souls technically, but it's
No.
very much.
From like I know
Even
I
Sekiro
could
as
play
well.
Dark Souls. Yeah, I could play that. It's like it falls into the category for me of games that I will catch up on when I pick
I think
up
you'd like
the
them
next
because you like a
PlayStation.
challenge.
Yeah,
You like a challenge, so I think,
I do. I like a good time sink, so I'd also like getting stressed very easily. So I'm sure I'd do well at those
Yeah.
kind of games.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sounds stupid, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the series, even though I haven't played it myself, because it was highly rated and everyone that I've spoke to raves about it anyway. So
yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll be down for a second
I like
one.
the first one a lot, actually. It kind of... Because a lot of problem people have with Dark Souls is it was a bit slow, whereas this one is faster paced. So a lot of people think, oh, that's more my style. So I enjoyed it. The bosses were cool. The game, you can just tell it's a high production value when you play it. It's,
Yeah, it
a lot of
definitely looks that
personality.
way from what I've watched.
Well,
Daily
I've got-
ban release.
Yeah, I think so. What I love about the games is the lore of the games are so deep, and there's an atmosphere with the game that you just don't find in any of the game. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So, and I think it'll do well. The first one did pretty well, so
Yeah.
people are looking forward to it. So
And the next one, Days Gone 2.
Days Gone 2. Again, I think I'm the only one that's played Days Gone.
I think this might be a recurring
Yeah.
theme on this list.
This is what happens like when it's a Sony centric list. Like it falls to third more often than not. But
True.
I've loosely followed Days Gone,
Well,
and it seemed to like kick off not so well. But like a year on, like I actually watched a YouTube video on it the other day, and like I can't remember who it was by, but they were basically saying, look, a year on, and the game's in like such a better spot than when it first launched.
When it first launched, it had a lot of bugs, especially pre-release, and that's when a lot of reviews review the game. So it got reviewed, I think it got like a 70 something, quite average reviews, but I think the game's better than that. I think it's more like an 8.5, but I don't know, it's a weird game for me because it's one of them games when I play it, I've not played it from start to finish as a one block. I've kind of dipped here and there, and that's probably affected a bit of it, but I think for me, the game goes on a bit too long. Like, I've played it for like 25, 30 years, and I feel like I should be done, and I'm not done. There's a lot more to go.
Could
It's
you
a
be
bit
done
like-
like if you rushed through it a bit more?
Maybe, but I've not done like every side quest or anything. I still feel like I don't know. I'm really enjoying the story, but at the same time, a lot of the gameplay gets a little bit old after a while for me. It's quite repetitive after a while, so I'm a bit like, boy, I kind of wish it was getting done now. And I've not actually completed it because of that, but it's a good game. I've enjoyed the narrative's really good. If you like narratives in game, I think the narrative's really good in this one.
And,
Kind of like
is it a zombie
Dead.
game?
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Walking Dead for me. It's got the Walking Dead vibe, just with what happens in the story and characters and what how it all comes about. So
I definitely like the interactions with the Horde and like I guess when they were first showing off the game there were a lot of set pieces more than anything else, but it's nice to see that in a game for once. Like you've got
the Horde is cool.
Yeah,
The
like
Horde's
completely
one of the
different
best
style
parts of the game.
games, but you've got like the Left 4 Dead Horde, which is just zombies everywhere sprinting towards you no matter what. And then you've got the more like slow and methodical, like Resident Evil type zombies. But then this one, you've got like loads of stuff going on screen at once, but you can like collapse things
Yeah.
or like jump up and down platforms and like
It's more
completely
about being
change the
sneaky with the
landscape.
hordes as well.
Yeah, so
Because
it
if you
looks
alert
really
one,
clever.
if you alert one, it's pretty much over. And then they all come after you, and there's literally like 100, 150 on screen
Yeah.
at once, and it's like,
So I definitely like that about the game.
Yeah,
Like,
that's cool.
They've innovated with just instead of saying like, oh, here's a zombie horde game. They've done some smart things with it, which is nice to see. And I think
Yeah.
going into the next gen, they could definitely evolve even
yeah.
more in that space.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And on the next one then is God of War 2,
Both played.
a game that one of us
Well, you
Yeah,
played as
we've
well.
all played this one.
You
You've
played
just not
this one?
completed it, have you?
didn't know you played it.
I
a bit of
didn't.
it,
I didn't
a few hours
complete
in,
it, but
yeah.
I
I liked it. I like the first one a lot. It's a really good game. I think we're in agreement. I don't think we like it as much as the masses. A lot of people say it's like the best PS4. I don't think it's anywhere near being the best PS4 exclusive
think it is
personally.
either.
But I can understand why people would say that. I just personally don't agree with that. But I really enjoyed it. It was a nice reboot for the series.
It was. I hadn't played any of the previous games, so to come in and just play this, I'm quite glad that I didn't have to know much about the previous
Yeah, no,
games.
because it was more of a reboot.
It was all, like you said, like a reboot, so that was really good.
Story was
the guy with the head is like you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember his name now.
I know what you mean though. Oh,
But I remember texting you actually when I was playing it. I was like, mate, there is a character that's basically based
You're
on you.
going to see it.
did you get to him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Did you? Did you get that far to the? Yeah. But the story was interesting as well, wasn't it? It set up sequel well.
Nice little cliffhanger.
Nice ending as well. It's like I like the ending, so it was cool.
Nice reveal.
Yeah. So I like that.
We won't make any spoilers just in case.
just in case
I'm
people-
assuming
most
most
people
people
probably
played
played
it.
it.
Yeah.
But
I think my
yeah.
biggest issue from like a gameplay loop perspective with it, and I know like hack and slash games in general can go this way, and I know they tried to be a bit more like cinematic and take the focus off just the combat, but hey, it's a massive part of the game. It felt like, oh, come on.
Well, did you play the previous God of War games?
Yeah.
The
I
ones on
played
PS2,
enough of them,
like,
like I maybe missed like one or two.
I actually think the combat's better on this one. And I know people might disagree with that, but I prefer the combat.
The combat was really good
like
on
the
this one.
combat.
I can't
It's
judge.
slower, more methodical.
Yeah,
but
like
I liked it.
I didn't dislike the combat, but I found myself like just doing the same thing because that was the thing to do. And if it was like, I don't know, like throw something and then like kite round and then throw something again, and it's like, oh, it got a little bit tedious for me. But I guess that's just the nature of games like that. You do what's best, and if it's do some damage, move. Do
So
some
what you're saying
damage,
is they could
move.
do more variety.
Yeah,
I agree.
And
I'd
I know
probably
there were
agree
like
with that.
different weapons and different attacks, but ultimately in a game like that, you get stuck in this is the best for this situation. You never go away from it, do you?
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean-
that was my only like gripe when I played it.
What I would say is that you probably didn't get far enough into the game. There is other weapons that open up.
Yeah, it mixes up a
Probably
little
a
bit.
bit of
No, like
spoiler,
that's what I just said.
yeah,
Like I know,
later
like
on
you
they
get
do-
other weapons, but
Yeah.
even so, like for example, like it's enemy X, so attack Y is always the best attack, and there's
Yeah.
not much point in.
That's something they could
Variety.
definitely improve on a little bit, I think, with the sequel.
But that
also,
that is just like that's the nature of a game like that. So I'm not I don't want to be too harsh on it.
I think the other thing that annoyed me about the game was the map. Because the fast travel system, I don't know if you remember it a little bit, it was a bit finicky.
I didn't like that.
I wasn't.
Did you notice it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit finicky.
One of the few complaints I have.
I think they need to improve the map next time. Because it's a big part of that game, because you have to fast travel back a lot of places, so I think they need to improve on that for the sequel.
It didn't bring me in. Like the map didn't, make me want to explore it more.
Same.
No.
I wanted to get from point to point.
Yeah.
Like that's the effect it had on me.
Yeah. And that's annoying because there was a lot of like side things that were actually seemed interesting in that game, but I just didn't want to do them because it was too annoying.
No, I agree. However, we'll move on to a game that me and you adore. J'adore.
I really do.
J'adore.
That only means I like though, doesn't it? I think in French.
Yeah, I like Horizon Zero Dawn.
But I do love it. It's Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah. And what more to say about this game? It was
Amazing.
a great game, wasn't it?
I love the story.
I think it's the best PS4 exclusive, personally. In my opinion, I think it's the strongest one.
I can't remember where I ranked it, but it wasn't one.
No.
I know what
It was high up though, wasn't it? I mean, it's one of them. I think the narrative was really good.
Aloy was a good character.
Aloy,
as
I
well.
thought, and a lot of people didn't like Aloy, but I did. I thought
I
it was
liked
fine. I don't know what people had a problem with. The combat was fun. Shooting the mechanical monsters and stuff. It was with bow and arrows.
Bow and arrows.
It was fun
Logical.
though, wasn't it? It was fun.
Yeah,
Different
I enjoyed the
arrows
game.
to use.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the tall knights were quite fun as well. You just saw them in the distance and saw the huge things. They were quite fun to climb up and stuff, and that you could access different things doing that. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed the whole game. Really, it was fun. So
Unfortunately, though, Perks, you only got to play like
A
little bit,
like
didn't you?
15
Nice.
minutes or something like that. I got to shoot a few different arrow tips, whatever the hell it was. Like I saw the like, I don't even want to say which part of the game, but I was in like a hut. I'm guessing there's thousands.
Yeah, there's a few places with huts.
Went out into the wild, got absolutely shit on by these mechanical things as I was trying to fight them. But I had literally no tutorial for the game. It was just, here's the controller, play this.
Jump in.
15 minutes, see what you can do. I did hardly anything. The world looked amazing.
It was.
From what I saw. Enemies were unique.
Yeah.
If a little bit not so viable with bow and arrows against mechanical monsters or things, but hey, it's not supposed to be a realistic game, so
to be honest,
give them a pass.
When you compare this for me, God of War, and I said the map didn't intrigue me enough or entice me enough to check it out, this did.
Oh yeah,
and I love finding out more parts of the story through the side missions.
Because it's set like, what, a million years or something ridiculous in the future, so...
And it's just really interesting, the story of how everything happened and whatnot. So
the story with Aloy is really interesting as well, how it originated. It's cool.
See, I think of all the games I've missed so far, like in between like where I left PlayStation and where I'm going to pick it back up, I think this is going to be the one that I'll come back to first.
Yeah, it's a great game. I definitely agree
100%.
with that. I think
100% recommend. This and Spider-Man.
Mm.
Come on, yeah,
Spider-Man as well. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So.
Yeah, but another game we'll come on to then in the list is the Infamous sequel.
Yeah.
Now, did you play this?
I did play this.
Okay.
So it would be Infamous 4, I think, would be on. Because we had Infamous 1, 2 and Second Son.
Yeah.
So it'd be Infamous 4. I played 1, I didn't get a chance to play 2. And a lot of people say 2 is the best one. I played Second Son. I liked Second Son, it was fine. It was a good game, it wasn't a great game, just a good game. You probably got more to say, you probably know it a bit more than me even. Infamous. Did you play 1 and 2?
Yeah, I didn't play Second Son, but my big thing from Infamous, and I'm going to draw the like Microsoft comparison with this, it would remind me of like Prototype. I know it's like a different game, but I think they came out like around the same time, like Infamous and like Prototype. It was kind of close together.
I can't remember which one came out first, but it was similar.
And I just remember like playing them both and just thinking like, I wish these games didn't exist. I just don't care about it. Really, like...
I think the narrative's better on Infamous than it is in Prototype.
Yeah.
I think Prototype's a more generic game.
No, it is. Prototype is like horribly generic.
I had a feeling you liked this game, but
no,
clearly not.
Not at all.
Not for you.
I'm probably in the same boat. I didn't hate playing it. When I'm playing it, I'm not like, oh, this is horrible. But at the same time, like, it's okay. It's forgettable.
I would put this in what I expect from Microsoft, like, over the last few years in terms of, like, disappointments. I think this is probably quite low down the Sony list in terms of like bringing forward, unless they completely do something different with it.
I played the first one, I thought it was decent. I don't think I completed it. I didn't play the second one. People, from what I can tell, people think the second one's like the best one.
Yeah, I don't know how it did in terms of ratings, but I mean...
They say the narrative's like good in that one or something.
Yeah, I think it was stronger in the second one, but just in terms of the game, you know, there's some games that come out and you think like, regardless of ratings, you play them and you just think, I really don't care. That's what it did to me, and I know like a lot of people enjoy the series, and like, it's got enough of a clamouring for a
Mate, it was the same with me with Halo.
That's a much worse thing to say than Infamous.
But I played that game, and I was just a bit like, I know everyone loves it, I can understand why, but it just wasn't for me.
So I just think like this wouldn't look out of place on like when you talk about like Microsoft disappointments or games that you look at and think like, no, come on.
Be a big list for Microsoft.
It would.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of like the first party games, I wouldn't have been shocked if this was a first party Microsoft game and everyone was like, it's all right.
Yeah.
I just don't think like it doesn't come anywhere near the punching power of the rest of the games we talked about, and it would need some serious like invigoration to get there.
Well, as well, Sucker Punch are working on Ghost of Tsushima, so I think it'd be a long way off. We're talking 3 or 4 years away. So they're saying, well, I guess they're saying next gen, so they can say whatever time scale.
They can do whatever they want with it.
I think we're still. I'm not 100% sure if it. I can see it maybe coming back because there was one on PS4, which would you suggest probably maybe one on PS5 as well. But I think we're looking at a few years anyway. So.
Yeah, so and I don't think it's going to be a big hit.
No.
And another game that might not be a big hitter, The Order
this one I'm interested
1887.
In.
Well, the interesting thing about this one is they have it on PS4 exclusives, but I don't think it will be a PS4 exclusive because the rumours are that it's going to go that Ready at Dawn going to go multi-platform because they're not owned by Sony. They made this game as a second party game, really. So obviously, I think I'm the only one who's played Order 1886.
I've watched it.
You watched the story?
I've watched it.
I actually don't mind it as much as some people do. Like, the gameplay was very held back almost. It was almost like a tech demo gameplay. It was almost like a game you'd expect from launch.
Were people hyped for it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
was quite a
people
bit of
were
hype
excited.
for it. It was. I think I don't know. I enjoyed the story personally. I thought it was fine. I thought it was quite an interesting.
I enjoyed
story.
the story, and we actually talked quite a lot about this game last week or the week before.
Yeah, we did.
And like the reason that I don't give it as much criticism is because like technically it was essentially like the best they had at the time. It was just very, very short and condensed, and people were pissed off that they paid the full price for essentially like what you said, like almost a demo. I know it wasn't, but so I think going forward, if this did go multi-plat, or even if it didn't, say Sony do get the exclusive rights for it, I don't think we'll see another like 4 hour. This is what we can do. I think it would at least be double that. Like it would be the bare minimum in what we expect from.
See, it's funny we say about 4 hour because we always, definitely one of our, I know you haven't played it much, but one of our favourite games ever is BioShock. And that game's like, 7 hours long? 8 hours long?
I know, but
that's different time.
Yeah, different. But
no, but what I'm saying is them games can still work if they're done really.
Yeah,
well.
they
Even
definitely
if BioShock came out now, you'd still think it was an amazing game. I wouldn't.
But if you say like BioShock is an 8 hour game and you say The Order is a 4 hour game, like it's 100%
that's what I'm
longer.
saying. No, I
so
agree.
even if they upped it to 8, like I think they would get away with that.
I don't mind it being linear. I don't even want them to make it like an open world thing. I'd want it still to be fairly linear. They could even, to me, The Order was like Gears of War. It was their version of Gears of War, basically. Third person cover shooter. Kind of horror-ish elements. They had like the werewolves, didn't they? And things
I was going to say, like, I like the idea of the creatures. I like the way the characters worked, and the narrative was kind of strong.
Do you think though that this will suffer like Watch Dogs? So Watch Dogs, everyone was hyped for it, disappointed with it, and as a result, people didn't play Watch Dogs 2, and
but it was a good
I
game.
liked Watch Dogs 2 a lot. Do you think The Order 1887 could suffer similar fashion, or do you think
maybe
if they tell people it's actually a longer game, they'll give it another chance?
If they show it, people actually think this looks a lot better than the first one. I think this game has got the potential to actually hit. I really do, because I think this is people are looking for this sort of game, especially on Sony platforms as well. You know, a game that's almost not The Last of Us or not a survival sort of what would you call post-apocalyptic survival game. Because you've had Days Gone, you've had all sorts.
A load of them.
Yeah. So I think people are looking for a game like this, almost on Sony platforms. They've not really had a hit like Gears of War level, have they? Really?
No, I mean...
in that sort of game, that cover shooter
that
type.
sort of genre game,
exactly.
You know, they've had like, obviously Uncharted, you could take it Uncharted, but it's more like an exploration game, really. But,
Yeah, but you just know it's going to happen.
Yeah, well,
I mean, their original answer to it was Resistance, which obviously wasn't a third-person shooter, but that was the like-for-like at the time, but completely different style of game. But yeah, that one fell by the wayside.
Which I actually think that's a game that could come back as well, Resistance.
Could well do,
Conceivably.
but yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with The Order. I think going forward, it's got time on its side.
Yeah.
It's not like they released the first one and then like a year later they hit you with the second one. Like, it's been a while.
Definitely.
So I'm definitely intrigued about that one. I would like to see what they can do in that space.
I agree.
Yeah, well, we'll move on now to the next one. Ratchet and Clank 2.
Yeah, I mean...
Never played any of these. So.
Well, this one's... The one on PS4's the best one. By a mile. Did you play the ones on PS2?
I was just going to say, like, I played the very old ones, and I don't
Were you ever a fan of them? Or
no, I don't have fond memories of it. I don't know.
But they're beloved
why.
games, aren't they? The old ones. It's one of them for me. This would never rank... Like, you're talking about mascot basic platforms.
Right. Yeah.
It would never be on the same level as Crash for me. I'd probably put it with Spyro, because I'm not really a big fan of Spyro, to be honest, and playing that trilogy, I didn't actually like it, really. I don't think it held up well, Spyro, personally, but a lot of people probably disagree. See, I think Crash held up better.
Friend of the show disagrees, Ted Parry.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will
Spyro
disagree.
fan.
A lot of people think Spyro holds up better than Crash. I disagree. I think Crash is a more fun game.
Oh, Crash is
more fun.
In my opinion.
I enjoyed Spyro, but I wanted more.
I feel like
I kind of felt like, they could have probably got a bit more out of this, but it didn't hold up.
I think
great.
I remembered Spyro better than it actually was.
So, yeah.
Whereas with this, the Ratchet and Clank on PS4, I don't know, I'd recommend playing it. I think it's great. It's one of the best looking games as well. That sounds ridiculous, but it's an amazing looking game. The animation in that game is top level. Top level, it really is. It's a great looking game. The colours and everything, the colour palette's amazing.
It has to be with a
it does.
game like
but it was a
that.
bit of a sleeper hit. You know, one of them where it comes out and you think, whatever, Ratchet and Clank is a bit... it did really well sales-wise. And I think the second one will probably do even better, I think, because people are now sort of looking forward to it. And yeah, so I think they've got a lot of scope with the second one. Obviously, with the first one's success, you'd imagine Insomniac as well, they're a bigger studio now than they even were when they released this. They've got more teams, so maybe it's even got a bigger budget, which I just really enjoyed it. It was just fun. It was like going back to one of the good PS2 days and platformers.
I must admit, I don't think it's a game I'll ever play.
I think you'd try Ratchet & Clank PS4. I think you'd enjoy it. I think you might be surprised.
It's probably one of those games that
if you enjoyed Spyro,
I would enjoy.
Did you enjoy Spyro? Going back to Spyro,
I thought it was alright.
I think this is better than Spyro personally. So I think you might enjoy it.
I could see myself playing it if there was a drought.
Nothing else.
And I was like, yeah, not to say that it's a bad
if you'd
game by any
exhausted
means.
all the exclusives, you might think, okay, I'll try.
I don't know what it is with platformers. Like, platformers were like my absolute favourite genre back in the day. Like, when I was a kid growing up, like, it would always be like, what's the next platformer? I was so interested in that genre. But I don't know, man. Like, over time, it's just, and I'm not trying to be like the stereotypical, or like, I got old, I'm too old for those games. They just don't draw me in as much. So I mean, I must admit, I haven't even seen the one on PS4. Like, I'm not going to lie, I haven't even seen a single second of it.
No,
so I'm not that interested in the series. But I guess from a like bigger picture point of view, I feel like it's a title that always pops back up.
Yeah.
And it's going to stand the test of time. So I'm guaranteeing there will be another one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even hesitate to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a launch game. It makes sense.
Could be a good launch game.
Me. You know, mascot platformers, they do best at launch. Games in general do well at launch because there's nothing else to play.
Launch games.
So it's a good time to release a game like this that I think it will do well, but it's not a complete surefire hit like an Uncharted would be, or I think it will do well. Actually,
they can't release it in the midst of like the Elite.
No,
like that would be suicidal for it.
But if they release it at launch, it's a good time for it. So I think we might see that this year, end of this year.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, or early next, depending.
Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, we'll move on to a game that was a big hit.
Yeah,
for sure, and I'm sure this one will be a big hit. And my favourite PS4
Your
game.
number one.
Yeah. Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man's great.
Can't wait to play that.
It's so good,
I said please as if it's not coming, but I know it is. It's
definitely, I mean, it's 100%, there's no doubt.
That game, I can't believe you haven't played it, man. I think you'd love that.
You would like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's so good.
Because it's not only the, we've all raved about the swinging, and it's amazing. It is amazing. Is it better than Spider-Man 2 on the PS2? Don't know, because Spider-Man 2 was pretty awesome.
That's nostalgic, though.
Probably nostalgia. But for its time, that was amazing, wasn't it?
It was.
Swinging like that. But I think,
did prefer this, though.
Obviously, it's better now. I love the swing. But it's not just that. The story is, like, surprisingly good.
See, that's what I would want to be playing it for.
And you would enjoy it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's like watching a film, one of the films.
Yeah.
Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of going back to one of the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire films a little bit. The good ones. Like, I know 3 was a bit hit and miss, but 1 and 2 were really good.
Wasn't very good.
Well, I think you guys already know this, but like real and popular opinion here, like Spider-Man is one of my least favourite superheroes.
Well, that's not
I just hate Spider-Man. But
I think you'd like it in this.
If the narrative is strong and it's a story that I don't know as such.
Yeah, you don't.
I actually think...
So I would be more interested in that.
I think this Spider-Man... This is a bold statement to say. I think this Spider-Man on the PS4 is the most relatable Spider-Man. Personally. Even more than Maguire. I mean, Maguire's probably number 1 for relatable. I think he's...
I really like Tom Holland portrayal of Spider-Man.
I do, but I just think... I don't know. I think the voice actor does a really great job, doesn't he?
I guess as well, though, this might be more relatable to us because he's more our age.
Yeah.
In the game, he's like in his 20s.
Early 20s, is he?
Yeah. So...
Yeah, we're late 20s.
Well, but he's still 20s. Yeah. Like, Tom Holland's a teenager. Yeah, that's the point. And Spider-Man's usually a teenager. He was meant to be a teenager. He was in high school.
When he was like 30 real life or something, so...
Yeah, but one thing I do want to touch on as well, I love the graphics.
Yeah, it looked great.
New York was great.
Game.
Felt alive as well to me.
Yeah, definitely. I think the only thing they could improve on is I'd like to maybe explore slightly different areas this time. Different parts of New York.
Well, that's the rumour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you can see them off in the distance. Obviously, they haven't...
It's not to the other islands as well. So I don't know how big that... I'd say I wouldn't want them to make it ridiculously big.
No.
But just even half again of what they had. You know what I mean? Like half of the city again of what they had. Yeah. Something like that. Because I think... As much as the game was great, it got a little bit samey after a while, didn't it? The places get a little bit samey after a while.
I think, to be fair, most games fall into that.
Yeah, they do, to be fair. And I don't even know if you'd want this game. See, personally, I wouldn't want this game to last like 50 hours anyway. I think it'd be a bit overkill. what would you say, about 15, 20 hour story? Something
Yeah,
like that.
I'd go along that, along those lines.
And a few of the side things, you're talking 30 hours.
I did actually a lot of the side things,
I did quite
which
a few
is
of
unlike
them.
me.
That is
Or
not
the
like you. So
I know, but I
backs
really
up your
enjoyed
number
it.
one.
Because
Yeah,
you
I just
enjoyed the
really
gameplay.
enjoyed
Even
it.
the fighting was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fighting was
I
good.
must admit, actually, you know the more you say about him being relatable, when you are Peter Parker as well, usually in like a Spider-Man game, you'd probably be like, oh, it's a bit boring. It's not though.
No, it's not.
It's actually pretty good.
Although my one,
You didn't like it?
No, I like Peter Parker. Being the one element I didn't like them science things you have to do.
Oh, see, I did.
I found. See, I liked them at first, but they got a bit like, I just want to skip this now. I didn't enjoy doing like because did you
pretty
do all like
short.
the optional ones? 'Cause
Yeah.
you could do more. And
I did
I didn't bother.
How do they compare to like the Riddler things in the?
I don't think they're as complex. They might be more.
I
Like,
didn't like.
Some of the riddles are horrendously difficult.
I didn't.
Oh,
like
they're not.
them.
No, the Spider-Man puzzles are
Well easy.
They're not that hard. Yeah, they're
Well
not
easy.
difficult.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
why I
found them
think they're
annoying,
better.
really.
Right.
I don't like the Riddler's.
Yeah, like some of the Riddler
challenges
stuff was
too hard.
easy, but yeah,
Somewhat
like
hard.
the
There's not
the
like that on
extent
Spider-Man.
was
There's
like
there's
high.
nothing at that level.
Mate, none of them are hard.
They're pretty easy. It's just I got a bit.
Yeah, I
They
guess
are
when I
tedious,
say like how do they compare, I mean like is it the same kind of thing? Like they're
me,
just
it
like
just-
very brief.
Very brief.
Get
Well,
through
for me,
them.
it just made me think. I want to be flying around as Spider-Man, or like I didn't mind like because some of the Peter Parker sections weren't that with it. There was other parts we just played as Peter Parker or even as Mary Jane.
Mary Jane,
Were
yeah.
fine as well. I didn't even mind them parts, to be honest. But the parts in the lab were a bit like, so I'm hoping they scale that back a little bit in the second one, but they probably, I don't know. Maybe they'll make it even worse.
I'll
Scale it up, who knows?
I hope not.
I liked it all,
But
which is probably
it's a
why
great
it's my
game.
favourite.
Definitely a great game. So
I'm going to
sequel.
put this second on my catch-up list. Horizon first,
Horizon,
and then
I think that's fair enough.
actually I say that maybe this, and I don't know if it's actually on the list. What I might say next, so I'll hold it out for
Say
a
it.
little bit.
This is the last one on the list is coming up, and you've seen what it is. So.
Right. Okay. So it's not that. If I wasn't going to play Spider-Man second, it would be Detroit.
Yeah,
no,
great game.
Detroit's good.
I love that. I'm a big fan.
Big
of
fan of those kind of butterfly
Yeah.
effect games. So yeah.
I still think Heavy Rain's the best one they've done, but I know you disagree.
That. Yeah, but I disagree. Without playing Heavy Rain again, it's
Yeah.
been so long since I played
Right,
it.
yeah.
So obviously,
Did you
Detroit's
play
more
Beyond Two
fresh.
Souls as well?
No.
No, you didn't. It's better than Beyond Two Souls.
I watched Beyond Two Souls.
Better
I
than
didn't
Beyond
like
Two
it.
Souls. I didn't mind, but I actually probably like it more than most people Beyond Two Souls. But it was clearly not as good as Heavy Rain and not. As
I was
going
going to play that game like 100 times. That was
Yeah,
a drought
just
game for me. Like I was like, oh, I know I've missed out. Like, should I
Yeah.
play it? And it just never.
No, I
Never
think
came
Detroit.
about.
I think Detroit's a good one. Would be a good one to start with. Mm-hmm. If you haven't played a game like that for a while either, it's a good one to start with.
Yeah.
I'd say them three are definitely the three.
And I guess
Yeah.
Detroit's not on this list because I doubt this is going to be Detroit 2. Is
No,
it?
it'll just be something
It'll be
else.
something
Something
else.
else,
yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. So, however, last on the list, Perky's already seen it. Spoiler. Uncharted 5, Lost Legacy 2.
Now, actually, before we just, what I want to say is, have you played the Uncharted trilogy?
I played. No, I didn't. I bought the first three
Right.
and never played them.
Oh,
See,
you missed out, mate.
I would say the fact that you can get the Uncharted trilogy for what, a tenner or something like
I think I got it for a tenner when I
that. Yeah.
bought them. Like originally.
But
like,
if you get a PS4 at some point, I would get the Uncharted trilogy and
100%.
Uncharted 4. I know you haven't played Uncharted 4.
I watched it. I played.
Yeah.
They're
those
definitely
three.
worth playing. Even Uncharted and there's Lost Legacy, I thought was fine. This was good as well.
So here's my like take on Uncharted and like why I didn't jump into it. And this is like the game is obviously amazing, like high 90s, fine. I bought them all at the same time, and when I was in my like catch up window of like play the game, take it out, never play it again, like just get it done, like at the end of the PlayStation 3 era. I had 3 Uncharted games to get through in like I think it was like a week I had left before the next gen.
Is this before you became ill?
No, this is like way before.
Oh, wait.
Way
PS3,
before.
it's
Like this is before like the Xbox One came out.
Oh, no, I was joking about.
Yeah, like the
Was that the one that
PS4
made you?
disease.
Oh, was it PS4?
You got it in this just after the summer, didn't you? Because you had Last of Us, you got that pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
but I had these like 3 games, like the 1, 2, and 3 trilogy. It was like I had a week left or so before like the Xbox One came out, and I thought, am I really gonna power through 3 of the same-ish type of game, like back to back to
I
back?
think you might
I
have.
think
You
they're
know,
worth
if
it
you'd
for
have
the
got,
story,
if you'd have got
So-
playing it, you'd have got hooked.
it's not just
Yeah.
the story; it's the character you start relating to the characters and thinking, I want to play,
And then I was
fun
like,
game.
I basically made the executive decision, like, I'm not going to do this because I know I'm going to have to, like, they're not short games, are they? So,
The first one felt short.
you know, like, I like exploring on a game like that. I'm not just going to play it and, like,
There wasn't much to
drive
explore, was
through.
there?
There's less to.
I can't really
Less to
remember.
explore on the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Second one, the third one, they kind of get more, and
Yeah.
4, there's loads more to
Yeah.
explore on 4.
So I did myself in really by leaving it too late. I should have, in hindsight, like I should have left like Heavy Rain as like, you know, I can just play that and then once it's done, it's done.
I think
Doesn't
if you
matter.
do get PS4, I think you should get the Uncharted collection and play them. And Uncharted 4 as well. They're not that long.
I just can't
They're
see
not
me
that long.
doing it, man. Like,
Why?
there's too much to
I
catch
don't think they're
up.
that long for you, really. I don't
Man, I've got like
games,
1,
they're not.
2, 3, 4, like Lost Legacy, like,
Yeah, but if you-
it just feels like that's a lot of a
I
commitment.
stumbled onto Uncharted. I remember I got it, the PS3, and it came with it. And my ex-girlfriend started playing it one night. And I was like looking, thinking, looks quite good. And she saves it. She goes home. She's like, don't play it because I want to complete
I was
it.
actually at yours.
Were you?
I was at yours, like, this was like 10 years ago or something.
I was like, nah, I'm playing it. I completed it that night. I played through all night. Yeah, she got in a mood with me over that because I wasn't meant to play it, but I did.
But you did.
And it was a great game.
So it's just so nice. I'd love to be in this position.
I know, so many games
You've
to
literally
play.
got probably at least 8 to 10 viable exclusives that you could play.
Maybe,
That are actually
maybe
really
more,
good.
like,
Maybe
yeah.
more. But 8 to 10 that you actually probably should play for me.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for though, because when you're in my position, you don't know where the hell to start.
Yeah, but
Well, you've already made a good list. Zero, Horizon
Yeah.
Zero Dawn, and
But
Spider-Man.
like, I haven't got around to it yet, so it's taken me this long to decide like where I'm
You
at.
say you don't know where to stop, but we kind of did tell you where. You've kind of got
No,
a little
like,
plan in place.
I know like, as we've gone through the
got
thing,
3
but like
games.
Detroit?
I'm like years behind. So like in all this time to catch up, I've been like, oh, I can play that, but yeah, I'll play it sometime.
I'd probably definitely play God of War again as well.
And no, I'm
You're
not
not
going back to
going
that. No,
Well, maybe watch the story on YouTube or something. It's
probably like I don't know, what's the last like
Recap.
half of the game
Yeah,
or something?
maybe.
Like, I don't even
God,
know
I do.
where I was up
I
to.
agree with Sud. I do wish I was you. Playing Horizon from scratch and Spider-Man, and
Detroit.
Detroit.
Even
Yeah,
Uncharted if you get around to.
good games there, mate. Good games to
Like,
play.
elite
Bloodborne.
level games there.
They
I
are
already
elite.
know
Bloodborne
that.
as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See, that would be one where I don't know where I'd jump in with that. I don't know where I'd put that on the list, but I don't know. Like you can fall too far behind. Like I was able to do it when I was younger because it was a lot easier to just be like, yeah, I'll just do whatever I want.
Yeah, you say that, but
But-
I know, but you could just use your time more differently. couldn't
Yeah,
you?
but I'm just
Instead of
not.
playing Destiny
I'm just
all day, you
not
could
gonna
play
do
these
that.
games.
Like
Well,
we're like 4 days away from the new season.
no,
so
not now. I don't mean now. I mean maybe at the end of the gen when Destiny's kind of on a quiet period or whatever. You could easily.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee like what will be happening then.
And don't forget, Apex might be. We might not be playing Apex in 6 months.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
imagine
not.
we will. Like we don't tend to stick with battle royales all that long, but
So you might have a
think
bit more
COD was the
time than you
longest.
think.
COD was definitely the
You
longest.
definitely have time. You don't have to rush through them anyway. No one said you have to rush through them.
Yeah, but you know what I'm like with games.
I know
man.
you like to rush through them,
You're
but-
just completely the opposite of me. It's like when I play a game, I'm playing the game. Like I want to sit there, I want to commit my time to it, and I don't want to
I'm a
jump
bit-
from like game to game.
I'm a bit more like you.
I don't really-
I have to get into the game and then I'll go through it. If I don't get into it, after giving it like 3 goes or something, like 3 nights
Yeah.
of
Well, I get
playing.
into it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not into it, like I've battled through in the past. Like when you play a game
yeah.
that you think like this is supposed to be good, but you just keep going. Like
Yeah, I've done
like you and I, we're completely different. Like you
I do
play
bounce
like
around quite
such a like I see you online and it's like playing this game, playing that game, and I'm like, man, this is
do
messing
jump
with my head.
Do you know why that is? Probably Game Pass doesn't help either. Because it's so
No,
easy
like
to
you've
just
got
jump
another
around. It's
like massive catalog just
Yeah,
there for
it's
you
so
straight
easy.
away. So I don't see me changing to just be bouncing from game to game, but hey, when
don't
the,
think
when the
it's a
drought
bounce
hits, I know I've got a lot to back me up, so I'm okay with
You
that.
don't necessarily need to bounce from game to game though. I just mean play Detroit, have a 2 or 3 day break, go back to Destiny, play Horizon, have another week break or something. Play. I think you could manage that.
It doesn't always work that way.
You'd
I
want to
think
play them
towards
all,
the end,
like
it-
all, and then
Yeah.
Towards the end of the gen, I think you should do it.
I think that will be my plan.
think
Like that's where I say like I don't know when to start. It will be towards the end of the gen, like it was last time. Mm-hmm. That would make the most sense to me, and then I will be able to like commit like a month and just be like, right, this is PlayStation month for me.
I do have one final question for him though. Would, if you did play, say, even if you just played 4 to 5 of the exclusives, and you were really impressed with them, would it change your mind at all about next gen? Or do you still think you'd be like, probably not?
I think I'm too much in the camp of like I don't really care so much.
Okay.
But it's easy to say that right now
Because you haven't played
because I haven't played
Yeah.
them. So
Would it make you think, well, I don't want to really miss that next gen? That's
I guess it depends how much I enjoy it.
yeah.
I really do, and like we haven't even mentioned like Death Stranding. Like that's another one that I could easily look
Red
at.
Dead Redemption 2.
He's
That's
never going to play.
Yeah, but I don't even play that on the Xbox, so I'm not going to play it on the PlayStation.
It's still for me an absolute crime. You haven't played that game. It really is. I actually think you should play that game over all of the games.
Man, it's
I
just
say Spider-Man then. That.
it's just my least favorite setting. Like
you've got
Wild
access
I
West.
was the
Red
same
Dead.
though.
Yeah.
I hate
But I was the same
cowboy
with-
genre.
You like Red
With-
Redemption?
No, I do, but like that's the thing. It took me like 3 years or something to play Red
And
Dead
then you
1.
played it and you loved it.
I wouldn't say I loved it.
You liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot. I love the DLC
This is
for,
better than the
for
first
what that
one.
was.
And would you
I
say
played
the
most
story-
of the
I think
first
it's
one
better
until it
than
got
the
ruined for me. Yeah.
personally.
So yeah, as story's already ruined for me in the second one because I've left it to. Well, I've seen all the memes and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
so like, I already know. Like
I
everyone
I
knows.
still think it's a great game. Like, even
I must admit, it wouldn't put me off from playing it. Like
you don't know
You
everything
kind
about
of
the
had
game.
that feeling anyway.
Yeah, knowing
going
that
into it. With
exactly.
The first
But
one.
you don't
Exactly.
know everything about the game. You don't know every little thing that happens. There's a lot of things
that's why I
happen.
wouldn't be put off so much. But I mean, look, that's just another one. That's another one on the long list.
I don't
of-
think you'll ever end up playing it personally. That's my opinion. Maybe you will.
Well,
maybe
to
you'll
be
play
fair, I thought the same thing about Red Dead 1. Like, I left it that long. It was just, I never was going to get around to it. And then I was stood in game one day and just looking at all the pre-owned stuff. And I was like, oh, Red Dead 1, it's like £10. I'll give it a try.
You never know when you're in the drought what you'll try.
That was a drought game. I played it for quite a while, actually. I didn't, see, that was one, like, I enjoyed parts of it more than others, and the parts I didn't love, I just got through it. So I think I'd probably be the same with Red Dead 2. Like you guys have said, it starts slowly anyway.
I hate the start.
So
I really
See,
don't like
even
the
though
start.
I agree the start is slow, I don't remember there being many parts after that where I was bored. I don't think there was many parts at all I was bored. Because the world's so interesting. It's probably the most interesting world out of any game,
There's a lot going on.
to be honest.
I still prefer a GTA world.
I just don't think
I
there's
don't
as
like
much-
the setting. Cowboy genre, western setting even. I just do not like
Yeah,
it.
maybe the setting, but I just think in that game in particular there's just more things in it that were more interesting. The characters for me are way
but-
more interesting.
Yeah, but that's why it's not as interesting for me, because it's western. Doesn't matter if there's more going on. It's like, well, there's more going on at a saloon or something. It's like, I'm not that arsed.
yeah. I could definitely get behind it, but I'm like, even though it's accessible for me, like right here, right now on the Xbox, I haven't played it. So I will definitely play things like Horizon before I play Red Dead 2. I know that for a fact.
Well, I guess with future Xbox, you'll always have access to Red Dead 2 now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't just rule it out because it's Western. Like it's my least favorite genre, but I mean, I watched Westworld. If you guys watched that, that was
Never watched it, but it's
I
obviously
know what
good.
it is.
yeah, like that was heavily Western based, or at least
And you have played the first one,
on the
so
part.
you know what you're getting.
yeah. So I do like I don't just rule things out because I see like the Western setting and I'm like, nah, that's
Well,
crap.
how many games wouldn't you have played in the past if you'd ruled things out?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. How many like random niche games did you play that you were like, this is actually really good?
So there's look, I don't doubt it's a good game. I don't doubt that I've missed out on it, but I'm more focusing on the Sony ones I think going forward rather than the third party misses.
Anyway, that brings the end to the podcast. We didn't have enough time to go over other topics because we got so engrossed in the list, I guess. A lot to discuss, so let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with the games that we've mentioned on the list, or IGN have put on the list anyway, I should say. And also like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, as that will really help the channel to grow. And if you're listening to us on any audio platforms, please pass on the pod. Again, that will help the channel to grow, so we'd really appreciate that. You can also follow the podcast on social media on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at ChetReachPod. And you can find the guys on social media. Where can people find you, Sud?
So it's just on Twitter for me at David Tenspud.
And I'm at JG Perks.
And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Leld, LEL3Ds, add the 9am for Instagram. Anyway, thanks for joining us, Ever. We'll be back next week with another podcast, so have a good week and we'll talk again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.